Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what can only be described as one of the most electrifying and unforeseen moments in daytime television history, a moment that has sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, leaving fans, critics, and fellow celebrities buzzing with a mix of disbelief, admiration, and outright fascination. Picture this: it's a crisp autumn morning in the heart of New York City, the kind where the leaves are just starting to turn golden, and the air carries that subtle hint of change, much like the dramatic shift about to unfold on the set of The Kelly Clarkson Show. The studio at 30 Rockefeller Plaza is alive with its usual vibrant energy, crew members darting about like well-oiled machines, the audience of eager fans clapping and cheering as the iconic theme music swells, filling the room with an infectious optimism that Kelly Clarkson has made her signature. Kelly, the powerhouse host with her radiant smile and unfiltered authenticity, steps out onto the stage in a sleek emerald green dress that hugs her curves just right, her blonde hair cascading in effortless waves, exuding that girl-next-door charm mixed with superstar poise. She's fresh off a blockbuster season of duets and heartfelt interviews, her voice still echoing from last week's tear-jerking performance of a classic Whitney Houston ballad that had the entire audience on their feet, tissues in hand. Today, though, the guest list is stacked with star power. There's the rising indie author who's just penned a memoir on resilience that's climbing the bestseller lists, a chef demoing a mouth-watering vegan twist on comfort food classics, and then, the crown jewel of Patti LaBelle, the undisputed godmother of soul, strutting in like she owns the joint, which, let's be honest, in the realm of music, she pretty much does. At 81 years young, Patti is a vision in a custom-designed ensemble of shimmering gold sequins that catch the studio lights like a disco ball reborn, her signature oversized earrings swaying with every confident step, and that legendary hair piled high in a style that's equal parts elegance and audacity. Her presence alone commands the room. Whispers ripple through the crowd as she takes her seat across from Kelly, the two women exchanging warm hugs that linger just a bit too long, hinting at the mutual respect that's been brewing since their paths first crossed at industry galas years ago. The show kicks off smoothly, as it always does under Kelly's expert guidance. A light banter about the weather turning cooler, a quick shout-out to the frontline workers in the audience, and then, the Kelly Oaks segment where Kelly belts out a soulful rendition of Aretha Franklin's Respect, her voice soaring with those gritty, gospel-infused runs that make you forget you're watching TV and not a live concert. The crowd erupts, Patti nodding approvingly from her perch, her eyes sparkling with that knowing glint of someone who's shared stages with the greats. As the applause dies down, Kelly transitions seamlessly into the interview, her eyes lighting up like a kid on Christmas morning. Patti LaBelle in the house. "Oh my God, I have been fangirling over you since I was a little girl in Texas. Sneaking listens to Lady Marmalade on my Walkman," Kelly gushes, her Texas twang thickening with excitement, leaning forward in her chair as if pulled by an invisible thread. Patti chuckles, that rich, throaty laugh that sounds like velvet wrapped around a shot of bourbon, waving off the compliment with a manicured hand adorned with rings that could fund a small nation's education system. "Baby girl, you don't need to fangirl, you're the one holding court now. But let me tell you, I've been watching you two with those pipes of yours, honey. They're a force of nature. Remind me of my younger self, back when LaBelle was tearing up the charts and folks didn't know what hit 'em." The conversation flows like fine wine, dipping into Patti's storied career, the highs of Grammy wins and sold-out tours, the lows of label battles and personal heartbreaks that she wears like badges of honor. Kelly listens intently, her head tilted, interjecting with questions that cut straight to the soul. "How did you keep that fire alive through all the no's you must have heard?" Patti leans back, crossing her legs with the grace of a queen on her throne, and launches into a tale from the 70s, when she and the Bluebells were hustling in smoke-filled clubs, dodging creepy promoters and proving doubters wrong one note at a time. The audience hangs on every word, laughter bubbling up at Patti's vivid reenactments, mimicking a sleazy exec's sleight-of-hand contract tricks, her face contorting into exaggerated grimaces that have even the stoic stagehands cracking smiles. Kelly mirrors the energy, sharing her own war stories from American Idol days, the raw vulnerability of being thrust into the spotlight at 20, the imposter syndrome that still creeps in during quiet moments. It's a sisterhood moment, two divas trading war paint stories, the kind of raw connection that makes daytime TV feel profound rather than fluffy. But beneath the surface camaraderie, there's a subtle undercurrent, a spark waiting to ignite. Patti's eyes narrowing ever so slightly when Kelly mentions a recent collaboration with a younger artist who's been sampling soul classics without what Patti sees as proper homage. It's a fleeting shadow, brushed aside with another laugh, but oh, if only they knew it was the first crack in the facade. As the segment rolls on, the chef joins them for a quick taste test. Patti's famous sweet potato pie recipe gets a modern remix with coconut milk and a dash of cardamom, and the trio digs in, moans of delight punctuating the air. Kelly's genuine, wiping a crumb from Patti's chin with sisterly affection, declaring it better than therapy, while Patti quips, "Child, nothing beats pie for the Soula except maybe a good pair of dancing shoes." The energy is electric. The set bathed in warm lights that make everyone glow, and for a moment, it feels like the perfect episode, the kind that'll go viral for all the right reasons. Little do they know, the storm is brewing just off camera, in the green room whispers and the producer's earpiece static, where egos as large as these two legends are bound to collide in spectacular fashion. And collide they will, in a way that no one scripted, turning this ordinary taping into the talk of the town, the clip that breaks the internet, and the story that we'll be dissecting for years to come. But let's not rush ahead. Savor the build-up, the tension coiling like a spring in a grandfather clock, ticking down to the explosion that redefines respect in the music biz. Kelly, ever the empath, steers the chat back to inspiration, asking Patti about the young voices she's mentoring now, the ones carrying the torch she lit decades ago. Patti's response is measured, her voice dropping an octave. "I'm all for the new blood, Kelly, but they gotta earn it to pay dues, show heart, not just chase likes." It's a subtle dig, perhaps at the TikTok generation Kelly sometimes champions, but Kelly nods vigorously, sensing no malice, only wisdom. The audience applauds, mistaking it for profundity, as the commercial break looms, promising more magic after these messages. Yet, as the lights dim for the break, Patti's smile tightens, her fingers drumming on the armrest, a telltale sign from a woman who's navigated sharks in suits and sold-out arenas. Kelly, oblivious, chats with the crew, hydrating with her go-to electrolyte drink, while Patti excuses herself for a quick touch-up, her heels clicking sharply against the polished floor like Morse code for discontent. Backstage, her team huddles a manager with a clipboard, stylist adjusting a sequin that's gone rogue, and that's where the first murmurs escape. "Did you hear what she said about sampling? Like we're relics?" Patti waves it off, but the seed is planted, watered by years of being the trailblazer who cleared the path for hosts like Kelly to sit in those chairs. The break ends, the "we're back" cue blares, and the women resume, but now there's an invisible line drawn, thin as spider silk but strong as steel. Kelly dives into a fan question segment, reading from cards submitted pre-show. "Patti, what's the best advice you'd give to aspiring singers today?" Patti's answer is gold: to sing from your gut, not your ego. The stage will humble you quick in Oua, and Kelly beams, adding her 2 cents on vulnerability as strength. It's seamless, or so it seems, until the next pivot. Kelly announces a surprise Kelly Oak duet, pulling Patti up for an impromptu jam on My Own, that timeless '86 hit that topped charts and hearts alike. The band strikes up the intro, horns blaring with funky flair, and the two divas take the stage, microphones in hand, voices intertwining like old lovers reuniting. Kelly starts soft, her tone husky and yearning, building to those powerhouse belts that make the rafters shake, while Patti counters with runs so intricate they sound like lace being woven midair, her vibrato a weapon of pure emotion. The audience is on its feet, phones aloft capturing every second, cheers drowning out the lyrics as the song crescendos into harmonious glory. It's magic, pure and unadulterated, the kind that erases any prior tension, or so you'd think. As the final note hangs in the air, applause thundering like a summer storm, the women embrace center stage, sweat glistened and exhilarated, whispering that